you are currently gold 3. You ended plat 3, and so I assume the goal is to at least get back to that.
Yeah, so this actually works. So today is a perfect example of the thing that I'm struggling with. Some days I'm just like super on top of it. I know exactly, I'm tracking the enemy jungler really, really well. I'm playing really well mechanically. And then other days like today, I played like 3 or 4 and get a decent one, but I just whiffed all of them. Like it's like my brain just shuts down or something and I can't properly play the game in a way that I normally do. So it's kind of consistency is my biggest struggle.
All right.
But yeah, I want to get to plat at least, obviously, but I'm shooting for diamond, and I know I have a way to go to get there. But
Yeah. But I mean, like, if I look at it, you have. Okay, so you've got 220 games, almost the season, which is it's a good amount. I can tell you a lot of Diamond Plus, my high-level people are just not playing a lot on their mains even the season, so you actually have a fair chunk, which is good. Do you work, or do you're in school, or how's your schedule in terms of game times and stuff like that?
yeah, me and my wife actually have our own business, and we work from home, so I can kind of mix around my schedule any way I need to.
Okay, that's perfect then. That's very nice. Okay, so you like the content creator in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, for the builds, hold up. We don't have game audio here. Why don't you talk me through and explain to Twitch chat what your goal is with the build here? Because I see you going harvest. I know your evolve path, but why don't you explain the logic behind what sort of evolves you like to use?
Yeah, so I actually really like going R evolve first, but everything that I'm seeing with other Kha'Zix mains, they do Q evolve first for better isolation targets, better jungle camps, farming, things like that. I really like to play on the more gank heavy side. That's why I went Dark Harvest.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's good. Yeah.
yeah, so in this game I started top side because Amumu invaded my blue there, and I kind of just noticed that right at the end there and went and took his.
Yeah. Exactly. You see what I'm looking at. So, what I like is. So did you place, who placed this ward? Was this you here? You placed this ward here? Okay,
Yeah.
so guys, I don't know why we don't have game sound, but I hope we can sort of get through without it. I'm not sure why it might be the replays, huh? I think it's a match history. Because it's a share, it's a third party, not third party, but it's like a manually done replay, so sometimes that stuff doesn't work. So if you're gonna place a ward here, usually the goal for that is to defend versus invades while you start at the blue. Now, obviously, your karma is, having some tea or something. That's normal. So what I like to do, and a lot of high people don't recommend this, but what I like to do is out of the gates, if you know you want to start red, do you always start red or do you always flip the side depending on...
No, so normally I start bot, but because she was AFK, I figured I would just start top, get the better leash from the, what the hell is his name? Aatrox.
Aatrox, okay. So in that case, what I usually do is out of the gates, 14 seconds in, I begin, I go, and I ward at the bottom tri-bush here. This stops invades. Unfortunately here, I don't think you get away with it because the Ashe is sitting on the tower. So is this you pinging on the red buff here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
I was
requesting...
originally going to go to my blue, but then when I noticed she was AFK and they were coming in, that's when I decided to go to red.
Okay. I gotcha. Okay. So normally I would... This is unique. This does happen weirdly. I mean, you have no vision. Everyone's just sort of enjoying a Sunday lunch. Jeez, yeah, I hate this. Yeah, in this case, this is the right decision. Yeah, it's the right decision. So what I would do is still move on down and ward this one here. If you're definitely going to start red. I think starting red is better anyway because Aatrox is manaless. It gives your bot lane prio because, bot lane does their own thing. And at least you would see, if you watch this, let's have a look. So if you had the ward here right now, you would see the Ziggs leaving. You see, so if you run 40 minutes out of the gate, straight down to the bush, slap a ward in this pixel bush right here, you would see immediately as Ziggs leaves, okay, he's starting my blue. And my bottom lane failed me. But, if you're going with no expectations, you're not disappointed. So from the get-go, you would see, okay, Ziggs is leaving, they might be invading my blue. I mean, your decision's good, it's sort of just adding a bit of certainty to it, right? Because now you do the red, and now you see them from the Ash. Oh, you actually had enough time anyway. She almost killed herself for you. Okay, so in that case, you're right. Yeah, is that the brain lags you're talking about?
Is that what?
Like the brain lag you're talking about? You sort of, I mean, you had vision just to go straight to the blue immediately, but you kind of walked all the way around Krugs.
Yeah, I was gonna do Krugs, and then I realized, oh wait, duh, they took my blue. I'm gonna go take theirs.
Okay. But it's the right decision. It's the right decision. I'm sort of just talking about small things that allow you to make those decisions quicker. Because the quicker you make them, those seconds add up, and you have benefits that you can get from it. So this is good. I like this. Like, you did a lot of things well. This game. This is particularly nice. Top lane, he helped you leash. Pay back your debts. There we go. And now we get this. Now, what's your goal here? You got the gank. Very, very good. Why are you going down?
Yeah, I was gonna go towards topside scuttle, which was a mistake because I didn't have vision. I didn't know where the Amumu was.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does actually collapse on me here.
Pretty heavily. And also the TB is coming in from the top lane. Hold on, you know what I'm gonna do? 318. Hold up.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw him teleporting, I backed off. But by that point, Amumu had queued me. Well, he did TP. I knew he had TP. That's why I didn't.
Yeah. I'm sort of thinking out loud from the Aatrox's point of view. Because if you do that, you run the risk. Like, if you stay too long here, you push with him, the Mumu collapses, he has TP, you lose a 2v2 straight up. But I think definitely the TP comes in, he can leave now. Mumu hits. Do you find this as well? I hate a Mumu. He's not OP, I just hate him. Like, he's irritating, right?
He definitely can be. I mean, I played a lot of Amumu myself. So.
I apologize for insulting you, but...
No, none taken.
Oh man, this champion takes me back to season 3. So so that mistake, what is he doing? You just take the Krugs, man. Take the Krugs. There you go. Kha'Zix gave you free Krugs. Yep. And now the Aatrox has ruined his lane. Okay, so that's fine. From your decision making, I think I would say if you usually do recognize those invades quicker, and you steal that blue and the Grom quicker, then you can... Question. Do you always ward and exchange for red buff? Red scanner at level 1?
Most of the time, yeah.
Could you see the logic behind not doing that? Specifically for your MMR range? Like in high elo, it makes a lot of sense because you're going to spam gank, everyone's warding. In gold, even low platinum, you're not going to find people are warding a lot. So in this case... You're taking this right now. If you had your trinket, right? This ward in the end does absolutely nothing, which is unfortunate because you plan on starting blue. Nonetheless, if you had your warding trinket, you just put a ward over the wall here, and you see the Amumu coming way sooner. And maybe that could change your decision making. You set the trap on the Amumu, Because I don't see a need for the scanner in this MMR range. So I actually don't buy it even on my main until... I'll get it on my first back, but I won't ward to go back and reset it. Just purely because I think the ability to see the Amumu and add to your tracking in sort of like what is definitely happening is so much more valuable than is the laner warding, because half the time they're not going to notice it, and you know that from your own laners. You ping out where the Amumu is, they still die to it, right? So just something maybe I would play with if you're gonna have these kind of games where you like to invade, and I know you counter jungle a lot. Is that correct? Oh, thanks for all the gifted subs back to Teddy. The Ornhorn's going crazy. Do you in counter jungle a lot? Is that a thing you like to do?
Yeah, I've been trying to do it more because I feel like it really helps me to snowball.
This is nice.
Yeah, this was sad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think this is where Kha'Zix mains have a split. You've got people like you who say, right, I'm a Kha'Zix main, I'm gonna straight up gank, I'm gonna get fed, I'm gonna feed myself. Then you've got other Kha'Zix main who say, no, he spikes level 6, he's a scaling jungler, I need to farm. Which is why we're gonna talk at level 6 about that, because you seem to have a hybridized approach, but I like your activity. Unfortunately, Morgana's a champion that exists. She flashes, that's fine. Jhin flashes. This is very good, though. It's sad, but I think you should be very happy about that. I like the fact that you saw the fight, you left the crab, you went directly. You didn't hesitate, and that's what got you 3 sums. Now, from this point of view, now you see the Amumu, okay? So, look at his CS. 27 CS to your 12. So he's farming very well, which means you're going to need to sort of step up your activity level if you're going to keep up with him. Aatrox does good work on the top side. Very nice. Amumu ganks in the mid lane. Now your scanner comes into play. And now we're going to try and invade to the jungle. We see the Amumu. And I like this. I like this. What was your thought process in this? What are you thinking about your lanes?
So my thought was that bot lane's pretty pushed in. Syndra and the other mid, Ziggs, were kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't too far off, so she'd be able to collapse with me, hopefully, but she didn't. But and I knew the Amumu was going to be taking his camps and kind of low.
You actually make a very good player. Do you play with a duo at all? Or is it also
yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Is he mid?
No, he actually is a top laner.
Okay. Same principle though. This is if you do this on the top side, communicate. You get the free rotation. Now, you said there I was expecting Syndra to rotate, but if you look, she's pre-chunked from the gank. And Ziggs is full HP. There's nothing she can do here. If she walks up, 1 Q in auto and she's dead. Even 1 Q, she's just straight dead. So the move you're making, you have to assume you're making it blind. Make sure you recognize that. But at the same time, the Amumu is the one who should complain here because he created that lane prio. And Ziggs came a little too late. And you kited nicely. That's a good kill. And you actually set... I know the Syndra snowballs very well, but you actually set that emotion here. Okay. And boof. There we go. Okay. It's a good read. Were you upset at all about the outcome? Let's phrase it that way. Were you upset?
No, not really. I kind of like to go 1-for-1, especially on Kha'Zix.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so now we need to farm. Good.
And plus, we did get the Ziggs too on Syndra, so.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you got pre-scouted. This Amumu was so annoying. They all do this. They just Good spotting though. Good spot though. I mean, a lot of people just get. Okay, now we leave our blue and we go straight to the bottom lane and see what's happening. All right, Ashe flashes out. Here we go. No flashes on any of them.
Yeah, I played this kind of poorly too, I think.
Maybe you could have killed someone, but
That's what I was thinking. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten the Morgana, but
yeah, exactly. Exactly my thought process because the W is down. But the Syndra does a very good job. And now this is all a byproduct of your invade, and that's what people don't understand with jungling is that you can create so much carry potential when the laner understands how to move. I understand why you left that ward as well. It's very good. It's going to die anyway. Might as well focus on scanning the next bush. And this is good. This is very good as well. I don't think you needed to use your W because there's no ways he would have stuck around, but I liked it.
I mean, honestly, you never. I see some weird stuff happen all the time. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, it's prudent, but yeah, it's prudent. You should try Hail of Blades. No, it just feels like you don't have a keystone. Have you tried Hail of Blades, Kha'Zix?
No, I've watched Tingis. I don't know if he's the one who.
Yeah,
I've seen use it.
Yeah, I don't like it. A lot of Kha'Zix fans don't like it. So you evolved Q. Do you agree in retrospect with this decision?
Yeah, because I was behind in farm and I needed to kind of use it to catch up.
Now, okay, so that's the decision you made. However, we know that you didn't really farm. So I think the way you were playing the game, our evolve would have been way better.
I feel like I have a tendency to play as if I'm getting our evolve even sometimes when I don't, because that's just usually how I play.
Okay. I think our evolve would have served you much better. Specifically, what comes next, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember. This was also very sad.
But there's a lot of good decision making. I mean, I can see. So we've coached a lot of people. We've coached people from Iron to Diamond 2 and more on the stream for a while now. I can see from your decision making, it's good, you know. Like you've got a good eye about what you need to be looking for. So she stuns. Now you go and she flash R's. Ooh. Ka-ching. Let's see. Let's see. Is this too greedy? In my mind. Okay, in your mind, where's the Amumu right now? Tracking for me. At all?
He's got to be topside, but
that's all you need to know. Specifically, though, he's on your red buff. So he's paying back the favor, right? Look at this deep vision he has. He's got the red bush. It's a badly put control ward, but he's got control ward there. He's got deep ward here. He does a supremely good job of reacting to your aggression by starving you. And that's why I think the R evolve would have been good, because if you need to be active here, you know, that's the utility of that is more useful in the fighting. So let's see. And now normally I would just wait. So if you know, okay, Mu top side, 100%. You need to wait for this wave, I feel. Like, you got no wave. You're just blind tower diving. Obviously, she shouldn't go in. Like, she hits the stun into a minion wave. I mean, it's her fault.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have taken it. I thought I could burst him down more than that, but...
Right there, I think. You kite up. But you should recognize she's dead. I'm going to die. Let me just stay on him. Because you have R up. I mean, you have R up. You could easily... And you have flash. You could have easily right here. Instead of... If you didn't kite up, if you just flash Q'd him, you should be able to R down and get out. Because you'll lose this aggro here by the flash, and then you'll only get one hit here. You'll maybe barely escape. But I think you could have... Yeah, go ahead.
Assuming I had played that mechanically correct, is that even... I feel like that's still not really the right move, because like you said, we didn't have the minion wave.
It's not the right move, but Syndra doesn't know it's not the right move. And the worst thing about Solo Q is also the best thing about Solo Q. If you can play off of what your teammates are doing and do it well, you will win more games than if you try and do what's textbook correct. Textbook, you wait for the next wave. Textbook, you go now. You leave these. You go here, behind the bush. You see that we have this cannon wave, and you have R up. So you R in. If you R evolve 2, or as well, rather, because then you have 3 Rs, to speak correctly, he dies. Like, right now is when you go. But you were too obsessed with these raptors, I think. Like, if you looked at the wave and you see, okay, cannon wave, he's going to chunk it in maybe 1 Q and an E. What does he even have up? He doesn't even have Q and E up. He has to wait 2 seconds. So let's see here. Okay, he threw... Okay, so now it's the cannon. Right now, still the cannon. He throws the E out. He throws... I mean, at this point, if you had ignored this, you're on top of him with your R. And she should have stunned him. And with the chain CC plus your burst plus your auto passive from the ultimate, you kill him. I think.
This is a Kha'Zix specific question, but my R, if I use that under tower, does it reset the passive? I actually don't know that.
In theory, it should. Chat, confirm?
Because it's only if you go unseen, and if you're under tower, you could still be seen, technically.
Maybe it doesn't then. Chat, can someone confirm? Actually, I don't know. I don't tower jungle enough.
Surprise.
I don't... Whoa! Rezone Game, thank you very much for those 356 viewers. Can we welcome all the dongers? And if all the dongers know anything about Kha'Zix, we have tower juggling aggro, but you're right, I don't think it dodges it, because it's like Kha'Zix, right? I mean, Rengar, Shaco, Evelyn, Twitch. If you walk underneath a tower with camo, it kills you. So, yeah, I don't think it actually does. But that's, you know, go to practice tool and just do it. You'll learn very quickly. I'm sorry, I do not know that. I will plead ignorance.
No, that's fine.
I will not be the arrogant coach, but...
Very specific niche question.
Not really. I mean, it's a good question, because here, I think here is a big changing point in the game now. I know, obviously, you said your team did very well. Hello, everyone. Reasons number 1 mod. Hello, Reasons mod. Now, you decide to play off of what she does. Now, you could have led the play. That was opportunity 1. Opportunity 2 is, right now we go in. I think you see she's taking aggro. I think just kite down here. Use your R. Like, if you use your R, you at least get the auto passive, right? So, he dies. Like, right here, you R. You'll stick with him. You maybe don't even need to flash. Yeah. R, he's dead with an auto. 100%. And then you can kite up to top side. And Amumu isn't even there, so you're safe. I think that changes the nature of the game. But let's see why and how. Right. Good. So, we're on the same page with that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is good. Again, the execution's a bit off. But I think there's a lot of niche... Tower diving is such a specific thing. It's so weird. Every champion has different skill sets. Did you see that? You didn't see that. Right. Who's walking across a control ward on the top side? Amumu. Why would he be walking here? only unless he has ravished your entire jungle. All your camps was stolen by an enemy horde. So logically, when you spawn, what's your next? What is your next goal here? Like in game, what did you think you were doing?
My thoughts. So originally I was gonna go bot because I knew my blue and everything was up, and bot was really pushed up. But then I kind of waffle a little bit because I was thinking I want Rift Herald.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, we're going down, then we go up. Now, if you see the Amumu here, I think your immediate reaction should be he stole everything. But you also said to me earlier you took Q so you could farm a bit. Do you watch the minimap a lot? I mean, are you watching this fight right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
good,
on my
good.
way up there at
Good,
that
good,
point.
good. So he's got no mana. He just used his flash. Now we're reacting to the fight. This is okay, so it's fine. Oopsie. Right, we come here. Look at the vision. Okay, good vision, good tight pathing. Very nice around the edge of the wall. See that, chat? He's walking around the tightness of the wall so that the vision does not detect him. Now I think here you poke him off. He got the plant, so he actually ended up getting more HP. This is where I think you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, my thinking was that he was low and I was going to grab him. I didn't realize he got the plant, and then I was worried he was going to be on the Rift Herald, so I was going to try and kill him on there.
Yeah, so in this case, you W the red, you look at your raptors. I think by extension, you should have just known that's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I actually did not see him walk through that pink ward originally when he was coming down from top. I missed that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you were dead too, so you don't need to shop on Amazon. I mean, you can, like, it's actually a thing of mine as well. I just kind of stare at the blank screen. I'm upset that I died. I shouldn't have died. But if you had seen that, I think it changes your pathing because, yeah, there's an argument to go for Herald here, but you're losing time. You're not getting any farm. Literally, since you've died, since that tower dive, you've gained nothing.
And here I was thinking that Amumu was going to gank mid. I thought for sure he'd go straight mid because she was so far pushed up.
Yeah.
And he just didn't.
And now we go top lane again. So I think that's good. That's very nice. That's absolutely basic. Dudes over pushing, now fall back to Herald. I think you could have made that decision by simply going bottom lane, clearing these camps, and then sequencing up top. And if you do that, maybe your Raptors spawn, because you evolve Q specifically to farm more, and then you can lead straight to the Herald. The decision you did make ended up with a lot of wasted time. Now, if you were watching, are you comfortable fighting a level 7 Amumu with Q as level 6 Kha'Zix isolated, even though he has no flash and ultimate? Do you think you can beat that?
I think so, yeah.
Right. So once you left, see, there's a lot of blankness here in the game. Nothing really happened. Once you are here, right? You see him. You know he has no ult. You know he has no flash. If you're watching the map, you know where he's going. You know that Ziggs is not there because Ziggs went back to base. He's pushing this right now. He's not focused. He wants a top lane. He's a greedy top laner. I think you kill him and take his blue and get out. Alpha move. Total alpha move. Again, depends on your combos with Kha'Zix, depends on your aggression level, depends on how well you play the fight. But if you're confident to beat this, and I think you should be, considering you just completed Warrior and he doesn't even have completed Cinderhulk, you beat him, and then you just take his whole jungle, and then you fall back to this yourself. And once you kill him, guess what? He's saying, well, I'm not going to rotate now, I'll just finish the tower plates. Because you got to play against the level, you got to think about the laners for the MMR they are. Gold plat. You know, they're not challenger. I think that would have been the most 1v9 play you could have made. To be honest.
How do I, like, spot opportunities like that? Is that just straight up knowing that I can beat them 1v1?
That's experience, which you might have. You main Kha'Zix, right? Like, he's your main champion by far?
Yeah, he's definitely my most played.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like, if I'm Rengar in that case, I'm not even lying. Guys, if I'm Zyra in that case, I make the play. I literally killed a level 3 Kha'Zix with Zyra the other day. I went red, blue, Gromp. I knew Kha'Zix would do blue side into red and look to invade me. But you know Kha'Zix gets kind of low in his invade, so I walked into his jungle and met him right here. I just EQ'd autoed and he died. Alpha move total control. That's because I know Zyra very well. It's the same kind of thing with you in that situation. It's the same kind of move. I could beat you. I'm going to go beat you. You know?
I think the issue with this game and a lot of the games I played today were that I just Even though, to me, watching this now with you, it feels like I actually didn't do as bad as I thought I did. But yeah, that was really bad.
I'm pulling faces, chat. Not safe for work stream. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, from what you told me in DMs, you seemed very, like, you know, I got carried, I didn't do anything. But there's good stuff going on here. But you see, the thing is, look at this. Your team bails you out of a very big situation. Because you wasted so much time, you didn't make the alpha move. Then you walked, knowing your camps were down, wasted your time. Then you went mid and showed on a gank that was never going to happen because, again, no minion waves. So you got to learn to look at those minion waves. Then you walked topside within vision of the enemy team, which means they know you're on Herald. So what does Amumu do? He says, thanks for your blue, bruv. I'm going to take this. This mine.
This actually happens to me a lot, where
This
I'm
mine.
like super aggressive, and then they just kind of steal something from me on the other side of the map.
And you should be super aggressive, but your super aggression was bailed out by your laners actually, you know, playing with brains, which is weird. I mean, I know laners don't usually do this, so. But the thing is, imagine if instead of going topside, so those, for me, those are the two options you had. When you're dead, spotting that opportunity is by looking around the map while you're dead. You have nothing else to do. You died. So you see that Amumu uses his R and his flash here. So you come out of the gates. What is your decision? Take blue side, into respawned Raptors for extra experience, into Herald. Amumu won't be there. That's option one. Option two is what you did do. Rotate to the fight, see the Amumu down here, invade him, steal his stuff, take the Herald. You see? Those are your options from my point of view.
I guess my issue, the reason I didn't do that, go bot side, is because I thought for sure that Amumu would be taking Rift Herald. So I figured if I went bot side, he would just have it and I'd give it for free.
At the same time, he was too low. He was way too low for that. Obviously, the top side here was a little bit, we'll just say yikes.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, you shouldn't have done that. I think you fall back into your jungle. You haven't walked across his bush for a long time. You're giving him so much value out of this. It's good to walk across these bushes and clear this out. Because every time you walk here, it's a bad ward. Because if you walk after red, he's not going to see you. If you walk around mid like this, he's not going to see you. So, you know, apples and oranges. But I think falling back after Herald is good. Also, note the time. So first Herald. Oh, where are we going? What's the plan? You were heading bot side, now you're heading top side. Where are you going?
I don't remember what my thinking was here.
That's
I
always...
waffled a lot in this game. That happened a lot today. I just kept waffling and things.
Yeah, that's fine. We all waffle. But I think there's a certain type of waffling that's allowed. This shouldn't be allowed in any situation because you should just automatically know what's my next objective. But
I think that was the issue, is that I actually did not know what my next objective was other than maybe taking my camps, and then I saw bot was pushed, so I figured, okay, I'll go get something there.
I like this. This is very nice. I still think you should have evolved R, though.
Yeah, it would have been I probably would have won this fight if I had.
You did win it.
We still do, I think,
Yep.
but it would have been...
Like, if you... Imagine if...
My team might not have even died.
Imagine if you had one more proc right now. Like, imagine in this situation, one more proc to move away from him. You live.
I think I do still live.
Ah, you do actually. But imagine if you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you lived, you lived, you know? Very, very finely lived.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah, you would have lived way more if you had a third evolve. But yeah, that's fine. You got out. That's good. See, now here, I don't think you need to be. You see him. Do you have any wards? You need to buy control wards. You need to buy more control wards. 100%. So basically what I do in this situation is you've been off the map so much recently, you've had so much downtime, you going back to base here just gives the mummy the free dragon. What I would do is simply control ward this blue bush, do your wolves, you get healed up, sequence to raptors, sequence to Krugs.
And just give up the dragon?
Yeah, give it up. You're not contesting this now. You're not contesting this now. So might as well maximize your farm. You have Q, use it. You know, clear this ward, hit this plant. Alternatively, you've got a minute. You could do wolves into Herald top or mid, depending on how the lane states end up. I think if you're going to take a Herald that early, you can't wave clear against the Ziggs. But the Syndra does work of him. Yeah, Syndra takes him out. So you went
Yeah,
back
I
to...
didn't even get any plates with the Herald.
Yeah, exactly. First Herald must be gold. Second Herald is your push. Now, I know people don't always agree with this. People like Tyler, like, nah, no, I don't like Herald. Use both Heralds if you want to close. This is my video at the weekend, guys. This is the secret sauce. And now you go to Wolves. Why do you go to Wolves? What's the plan?
I was just gonna farm top or bottom to top, I think.
Now, that makes sense, except the Grump isn't up, so you're not maximizing. I would have gone Raptors, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Grump.
Yeah. I was thinking red buff was gonna be spawning in a minute, so I'd go bot to top. But I guess I could have gotten it anyway, going top to bottom.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, you would have.
And then I go top or bottom anyway. And
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know if it was because of the fight breaking out. Yeah, I think I go down to try.
Yeah, you 100%. This is an R involved game. The way you're playing, like you basically have given up farm to say I need to be as active as possible. You need that extra proc of the passive. See, now let's use it. See, you see how close you missed the plates? Let's look at it. So from my point of view, what I see is the following. This Hindra kills the Ziggs. I look at the time, I see 340 and 3 plates. I immediately, after Wolves, sequence down. I use the plant. I get as close as possible, and I use the Herald on this mid plate. I'm not sure if we get there, but it's going to be darn close. You might have actually got there. Like, look at it.
I do use it mid, but we don't get any plates. We just get regular tower.
Like, so it's 14:05, and you wasted 10 seconds walking down here, clearing a ward, you know? If you go straight, you get 3 plates worth. 160 gold apiece. You know? And the true damage. And because he's dead, like imagine you do this 15 seconds earlier, you get another charge on this, because they wouldn't be here.
True.
Gee, the Syndra's doing damage.
Yeah, she carried me this game. For sure.
This is good. This is good again. Like, onto the Ziggs, right. Now, I like this part. Okay, so all of that is, I think, let's not call it early game. Let's call it early to mid-game transition. That early to mid-game transition is exactly where you need to refine that decision-making so that you're either farming effectively, or if you're going Dark Harvest or Evolve, you're fighting effectively. And I think we had 2 choices in a lot of scenarios. Sequence top to bottom, sequence bottom to top, or invade their Mumu, kill him, rotate bottom lane, which you did a few times, so... blue buff is spawning. I like that. You stole his whole jungle on the way out. That's perfect. We go top side. We miss our W.
Good. Yes.
But your Kha'Zix execute. Now we farm a bit, right? 4 on the bottom side. So I think I know what you do next, right? We do red. We see the bottom side. We say thank you for the blue. Did you see that?
See what?
Who took his wolves? Did you take his wolves? You took his wolves, right?
Yeah.
But look what you do. You go and check if there's wolves.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You eat into it. You took him. So what you should be doing is shoving this top wave. Look at this cannon wave. Beautiful, juicy cannon wave. All the golem voices in your head, you know, precious cannon waves. Shove that. Don't even go to wolves. Shove that. That's more experience. All of these are just little things, you know, but you add them in and you're the guy 1v9 in the game. But you've done a lot of good things also. I think your fighting has been good. Your focus on that Herald and the drag control was good. Now, the thing is, if you shove this, you get the cannon wave. Ziggs went top anyway, but imagine if he didn't. By going top, you would have forced him to deal with top, which means now you have the numbers advantage. Obviously, in this case, he went top anyway, but for hypothetical sake, there was no real reason for him to go top lane. In theory, he should have been down here as well. Yeah, they're just cleaning up fights now, aren't they?
Yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of like along for the ride.
But that's fine, that's fine. Knowing how to play around lanes that are winning is a unique skill. Many people lose games that are free wins just because they refuse to get carried and they don't do what's necessary. Take his wolves. Take his wolves.
I don't know why I didn't take it. I think I was going straight to Rift Herald here.
Yeah, but like, they're all here. You know, so either you stay here and you wipe them, take his jungle and then full Herald. I mean, it's not, order of events is not too much of an important thing in this situation. Darius, did he AFK or did he just disconnect?
I think he AFK'd.
No. See, now we're waiting again. Could have taken this on the way out. Could have done Herald directly now, taken them.
Yeah, what I was trying to do here, I saw Dragon was about to be up, and I knew we didn't have people to contest it. I thought they were going to take Dragon, and I was going to use the Herald mid and get the inhibitor. But they just kind of walked around their jungle for a while and didn't take Dragon.
Yeah. So what I would have done is actually Herald, straight to Dragon. I mean, no, don't use it, but do Herald, run straight down here, take it on spawn. Because now you're just like in the wrong location. It's all about the efficiency,
See,
right?
I thought that there were more enemies down there. I only had the Ashe down there, so I didn't think that was the best play just because we were outnumbered.
Yeah, but I mean, you killed them anyway, so. This is why this is why it's very important. Don't results-based think. Don't say, oh, I killed them and got the dragon, so the decision was good. It might have been, but was there a better decision? And that's kind of what you want to look for. When you're VOD reviewing games like this, where you didn't 1v9, you want to look for those scenarios where you could actually have made the game smoother, and also, you know, when you have a game like this in the future, you actually 1v9 it yourself. So I like that. You shove them in there. Have you considered the possibility? Can you justify your red smite purchase for me?
So the reason I went red smite is because Darius specifically, I hate fighting Darius.
Yeah, me too.
So I figured the red smite would kind of help me duel him.
Yeah, I agree. So here, this is a Rengar move. Shove the wave, press R, join the fight. You can't do that. You're the inferior assassin, I'm sorry to say, as a Rengar player. But I think if your team is setting traps here, you kind of want to be with him. But at the same time, I think the Syndra's just fiddling around.
Yeah, I was still looking for an opportunity to use Herald here.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree with your macro decision. In a closer game, I think you should be here. Just as an FYI. Because this is cleaned up now. But she's so fed. You know? Now
Yeah,
we
she
ult
was
in.
rolling on him.
See, now you've come too late, and your ultimate is wasted. The whole time you could have been pushing Herald. So I think you had a bit of those sort of, I have option A and option B, and you try to fuse them together. You try to have all of it. You try to have your cake and eat it too as well. You wanted to shove and use Herald, you also wanted to fight. But I think, yep, there you go. No, I mean, imagine the whole time you've taken this tower, you're already shoving here. There's no need to fight in this situation. Like, once you see, it's like playing off of a fed member, right? You know you're not 1v9ing. Who is? Syndra. She's doing tons of damage. Shove this and use Herald. Take this. Force them to retreat. Save your team by forcing them to leave, or they'll lose their inhib. But don't rotate too late, I feel.
Yeah.
Also,
Makes
why E?
I was just thinking that it felt this game like I couldn't get onto anybody, so with the extra jump range.
Okay. I think in a game where you're ruffle stomping and you have, 11, 12 harvest stacks, sure. But I think if you're in a neutral game versus Ziggs, maybe W. Definitely. I think RWQ should be your core set if you're gonna play like this.
Okay.
For sure. But E if you're turbo smurfing, yeah.
I mean, do you think that this is a good way to play it, or do you think I should have played it differently? I mean, obviously the mistakes, yeah, but I'm talking about the whole like R evolve mentality.
No, I think your mentality was R evolve. Totally. You didn't play with Q evolve in mind at all. You played like someone who had R evolve. Yeah. Like you played it fine if you R evolved R. I think the mid lane dive. Darius is AFK, right? So it's not much we can actually learn from this. You guys just shove an ender. Yeah, but I'll close the game out and we'll revisit your actual points. But from a macro point of view, to end the game, they have 4. They do not need you. You have Herald. You forced the Jhin down. I think, apart from the fact you almost die, the decision is good. The decision is good. Like, it's a nice macro split with the Herald because it gives your team this window to take this. So just as a sort of like, good job, there you go. That's nice. I like that. And you should close the game out straightforward from here, right? Cut the wave off. Good. Don't overstay. Get the dragon. Yeah. It's unfortunate you have an AFK, though.
Yeah, I wanted to get you a better VOD review, but I kept forgetting to freaking take the replay afterwards. And
Yeah, I mean, don't worry, I do that as well. I think the main thing is, if we look at it, you kill the Mumu, that gets her fed. The main thing for me was this point. Everything was okay with minute decisions. You had the tower dive here. This is your big gameplay. Like, if you want to take it to the next level, it's this. Recognize minion waves better, for sure. Make sure you're using the ultimate when you can. Like, you have a cannon wave here with ultimate up. Go kill him without flash. You can keep your flash. I think 100% this should be a dive where you snowball yourself. The Syndra dies, but you get the kill, you know, but instead you both die. The second thing is in this phase here, level 6, like you shouldn't be 9 minutes into the game level 6. Like you should see the Amumu, right? You should see this. He ults. He flashes. And for you, that should be dinner time. But you shouldn't be level 6 9 minutes into the game. So I think obviously you said you had a few brain lags and stuff, but recognizing the opportunities to sort of suppress the enemy jungler, react. Like this should just be hunting site right now. You're scoped in, he's dead. Take all of this, catch up your experience on the Rift Herald, because epic monsters have catch up experience, and I think you take over the game. For sure. But
yeah, I think the reason I didn't go on Amumu specifically at this part is because I didn't see the Ziggs back. I didn't know where he was at.
Yep.
So I was just playing real scared a lot of points in this game. I
agree. Like this is good, you know, but I think that this sequence right here, from when you died at 9:01, yeah? It's 11:32 and you're still level 6.
Yeah.
You know? So that reeks to me of not good camp sequencing and you evolved Q, which is what you wanted to do, so you should have done it. So into top side. You're basically foregoing the skirmishing to make sure that you get ahead on experience, but you didn't do that. And you didn't skirmish appropriately for someone who is obviously this is just aggro, and you missed E, but I think that sequence right there from 9 minutes to say like it's 12 minutes is defining. I think if you look at your replays, you might find you do this quite often. But then I like this. Like, this is great. This is really good. You know, out of the gates, right? I screwed up a few times. I got the Herald at least. I've gone Harvest. I want to gank and skirmish. Bottom lane shoved up. Let me go get the kills. You know, like, this is good. I like this. You did this a lot very well. And that's a very good Harvest R-evolved playstyle, for sure. And now you fall back into your jungle. Don't go back. Fall back into your jungle. Think about that. I think you need to think about... No, don't try to outfarm him. Don't try to outfarm him. But still camp sequence well that you actually get a lead. You know, you shouldn't go up one level. Like, it was 1305, he has 40 CS. He died at 901 and he had 39. You 4 minutes go by and you got 1 CS.
Good. Yes.
1 CS. I think right there is exactly right. Like right there is your issue. I would go scout other games. Look at the moment from when you're level 6 to around 30 minutes and see what you do, and you might see a pattern. It's the moment where you have to decide, am I the carry? Or am I focusing objectives? Because you don't want to try and outfarm the Mumu. But literally, that's insane.
Yeah, that's bad.
4 minutes, 1 CS. Woo! You know, like that's just desert. You know, that's desert. I think you'll find a lot of people that get coaching, Rengar behind you, actually just say, you know what, my bad. I think a lot of people have the correct mindset when they get coaching. And they want to improve. Yeah, I think right there's your big issue. Because now you're like, okay, let me go bottom lane again, I guess, you know? That's your first camp in 4.5 minutes. And then you go straight to bottom lane again. You waste the Herald, and I think right there is sort of like the exact moment that if your laner wasn't good, you lose the game.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? I think that's like this whole 5-minute sequence to this Herald usage is it's where you won the game, but it's not because of what you did. But did you play around it well after this? Yes, you did.
Yes.
But did you make the game the state in those 5 minutes, defining minutes? No. No. No, this is good. I like this. You're playing around the fact that she's really fed. You're playing around that very well. But
yeah, I think I have a tendency of trying to play around the winning lane. That's one thing that I think I do well in most games.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that if you review that in all of your games, you'll see those tendencies. Any other questions specifically related to that?
I mean, in general, so I've been like practicing using Conqueror as well because I've been finding a lot of bruisers, a lot of tanks.
Yeah.
At what point do you think like the runes really make that much of a difference? Like, how do I tell when to use Conqueror versus when to use Dark Harvest kind of thing?
So the Dark Harvest Kha'Zix video I made, let's see, 2 weeks ago now with Kha'Zix. That guy is top tier on the Challenger ladder, and he runs Dark Harvest, R-Evolve, not even Edge of Night, straight Yumus, regardless of team comp. Like, you were smart to go into Edge of Night, by the way. He does that no matter what. But he is very, very good with this pathing. He knows how to farm within the flow of that fighting, and he doesn't let any other junglers get away with being ahead of him. Ever. Conqueror and Q-Evolve and Black Cleaver would have been very good against this team comp. Against the Amumu, against the Darius, but at the same time still would have let you shred everyone else. Ultimately, the reason I recommend Kha'Zix to Assassin players is because of that. Conqueror, Electrocute, Dark Harvest, all of these will come down to, if you're a Kha'Zix specialist, team composition and what you feel comfortable, but ultimately playstyle. The way you played this was very much R-Evolve Harvest style. If you're going to go Q-Evolved and Conqueror, QWR, you can also go R-Evolve first in that as well, of course. You need to be much more poetic with your camp sequencing. You cannot not farm for 5 minutes, Because with this one, it's forgiving, right? You go fighting a lot, you get a whole bunch of harvest stacks, people die. You inherently get fed just because of the stacking. But in a sense, with Electrocute and Conqueror, you literally would have gotten nothing out of those situations. When you don't get kills, when you die. At least with Harvest, you get those stacks, even in the tower dive.
Yes.
But I think it's on you to decide. From what I saw this game, Harvest R-Evolve or Conqueror R-Evolved if team composition is like... I mean, if they had a Braum as the support on Alistair, I'm thinking Conqueror R-Evolve would be good. And play the same way. But just make sure you're farming more,
Yeah, definitely. I have to farm more, I know that much. What about in terms of like itemization? So I knew to go Edge of Night here just because the Ziggs was fed. We had the Amumu, the Morgana, like they had a lot of skill shots. But in general, I feel like I'm never really too sure when to go like Yumus versus what's that ward finding?
Yeah, Rune Glaive something. Yeah. That one that I never buy, so I never remembered the name of. I think that item I don't really... Umbral Glaive. Thank you, Cosmic Flash. Umbral Glaive. It comes down to Team Comp for Rexa. Yeah, it comes down to Team Comp for Rexa. It comes down to Team Comp for Kha'Zix as well. Conqueror versus Harvest and Electrocute, Hail Blades, all that stuff. I think if you're going to go Conqueror, then the Black Cleaver is obviously significantly more useful. Elongated fights, stacking, etc. If you have like 4 or 5 squishy enemies and not a lot of CC, then you can go Yumus. But I think Edge of Night just should be so core on it. Same for Rengar. Duskblade, Edge of Night is such a great combination for ignoring enemy CC chains and things like that. I don't think you can really afford to skip it unless it's bluntly obvious the enemy team has no CC. That's my point of view. I know others will say, nah, just go Yumis anyway, 1v9. But at the same time, it's Gold Platinum. People are going to have CC. You're going to have stupid fights that you don't want to have because people just clump. So I think Edge of Night's utility is significantly greater.
Gotcha.
From my point of view, yeah. But
so in general, it's kind of like Cleaver versus Edge of Night, maybe Yumus if I'm really...
Yeah, I wouldn't go Cleaver on a Harvest build at all, no. I wouldn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Cleaver on Conqueror for sure, but...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's all stuff you decide in Champ Select, But yeah, I think with that in mind, that 5-minute segment, you should be more in control of the mid game. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. I think.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you for being receptive and having a actually decent replay. Sometimes we have replays that are sort of like people win, like yeah, ruffle stump. It's like we don't learn anything from that. So this is
Yeah,
this is a
I
good one.
was. I had another one where it was just a complete raffle stomp, and I was just like, nah, that's not. What are you gonna learn from that? You know.
Nah,
What I
you
mean?
don't. No, you don't. Cool. So I guess I'll go into the next session, and you can DM me how things go afterwards. And best of luck in the next Kha'Zix games.
Sounds good, man. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.